That individual was identified as Claudio Neves Valente, date of birth, and he was a 48-year-old man. He was a Brown student. He was a Portuguese national, and his last known address was in Miami, Florida. And I will tell you that he took his own life tonight. We have members of the Providence Police Department up in Salem, New Hampshire, and we also have the BCI unit. Obviously, the FBI and their evidence recovery unit is up there, so the process is being conducted as we speak.
Tonight, our Providence neighbors can finally breathe a little easier. But I want to thank the people of Providence for stepping up and coming together during an extraordinarily difficult time.
Authorities in Providence, Rhode Island, have released new surveillance footage of a person of interest in the deadly shooting at Brown University as the suspect remains at large. The tragic attack, which occurred last Saturday, left 2 people dead and 9 others wounded. Providence police, with assistance from the FBI, are leading an intensive manhunt for the shooter. As the investigation enters its 5th day, officials have urged the public to review any video footage from nearby cameras. The new footage shows a male, approximately 5 feet 8 inches tall, with a stocky build. He was wearing all black and had his face covered. The FBI has announced a reward of up to $50,000 for information leading to the identification, arrest, and conviction of the individual responsible.
When it happened on Saturday night, obviously it was chaos, and there was a witness that stated that he might have been in his 30s. At this point, we're still just looking at the picture. We haven't identified ages or anything to that point. And as far as whether he's a Providence student or anything, we don't have any of those answers. No.
Colonel, in one of the new videos prior to the shooting, this person of interest is seen running. At this point, do you have any inkling why he's running, or where he's running to?
Yeah, we're still investigating that, but we do know definitely that he was casing the area. And again, that's what criminals do prior to committing a crime.
Chris.
It appears that the FBI and PD, when I'm looking online, it looks like they're releasing separate videos at separate times. Are you guys still coordinating, or how are things working?
Well, you're going to understand that there's a lot of people upstairs, as the general stated earlier, and we're trying to ensure that we do this for our job and collect the evidence and that we need, and we want to make sure that everybody has especially you guys in the public. One thing I want to make sure is that the community is safe, well-informed, and stay confident in the work that we're doing. So yes, there was a video that was released, but we also were working on another video, and the purpose of this.
Citizens can contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI or the Providence Police Department at 401-272-3121. Tips can also be submitted online at tips.fbi.gov. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump raised questions about campus security, criticizing the university for not having enough surveillance cameras.
Has Kash Patel told you why it's been so difficult for the FBI to identify who the shooter is?
Well, it's always difficult. So far, we've done a very good job of doing it with Charlie, with, the various times this has happened. They've done it in pretty much record time. But you really have to ask the school a little bit more about that because, this was a school problem. They had their own guards, they had their own police, they had their own everything. But you'd have to ask that question really to the school, not to the FBI. We came in after the fact, and the FBI will do a good job, but they came in after the fact.
Do you know if it was targeted, Mr. President?
No, they don't know that.
Rhode Island Attorney General Peter Nerona has defended the investigation, calling it really well, and urging the public to remain patient as the search continues. Police have received about 200 tips so far, but the hunt is ongoing, with authorities emphasizing that community cooperation is critical.
I want to come back to your question about that name, and I know the name that you're asking about because a member of the media asked me about it. I am familiar with it. I wasn't familiar with it when the media member asked me about it. I think it was either CBS or NBC. I asked my team about it. And I think this is an area where caution is really necessary. there are lots of reasons why a page might be taken down, particularly if there's chatter out there about, to your question, Amanda, about words that were spoken. It's easy to jump from someone saying words that were spoken to what those words are, to a particular name that reflects a motive targeting a particular person. That's a really dangerous road to go down. Really dangerous. If that name meant anything to this investigation, we would be out looking for that person. We would let you know we were looking for that person. You know, again, I think it's just a really dangerous road to go down. I know that in today's age, there are lots of things that people read into things. It's just a dangerous thing to do. And I would leave it to us to identify persons of interest and let us run them down. What the public can do for us today is help us figure out who this guy is. And we hope to have more information out that will help you do that, help us do that.
So as the mayor stated, we're about to show you a video that we can have the IT officer play.
That individual was identified as Claudio Neves Valente, date of birth, and he was a 48-year-old man. He was a Brown student. He was a Portuguese national, and his last known address was in Miami, Florida. And I will tell you that he took his own life tonight. We have members of the Providence Police Department up in Salem, New Hampshire, and we also have the BCI unit. Obviously, the FBI and their evidence recovery unit is up there, so the process is being conducted as we speak.
Tonight, our Providence neighbors can finally breathe a little easier. But I want to thank the people of Providence for stepping up and coming together during an extraordinarily difficult time.